All right, it's the day we have all been waiting for, opening day of the Oklahoma State Fair, a fun-filled week of rides, good family fun, and then bad-for-you food. But on a more serious note, there are also some concerns about security and the best ways to keep you and your family safe out there. So we are joined now by Oklahoma County Sheriff John Wetzel with the Sheriff's Department. Thank you so much for being with us here today. How's everything looking so far for you guys this year? I mean, this is a pretty big undertaking.
It is a big undertaking. It's looking well. We've already had our pre-planning meeting with the Oklahoma City Police Department and the fair people. We've got all our equipment set up, and today is the opening day. So.
Okay. We've been talking a lot to the Labor Department. They oversee the safety of the rides. As far as law enforcement goes, y'all really just oversee the general safety of the public there. What's usually the biggest safety concern for not only you guys, but families at the State Fair too? You
know, you'll always have very few those who get a little bit too intoxicated, and if people can take them home, we're fine with that. But those that create disturbances for other people, we also have a portable jail there and a booking facility there at the State Fair. But probably our biggest concern are thefts or break-ins to cars. So we're going to certainly ask people, don't leave purses in the cars in plain sight, don't leave valuables in the cars, put them in the trunk, or don't bring them at all. That's the best.
Yeah, just be smart when you go to the State Fair.
Leave them at home.
Has there been any incidents there before? Major incidents for law enforcement?
You know, there really haven't been major incidents there. You know, we always come into contact with a lot of people, and some friendlier than others and some less friendly. But even those that may be the disturbances that are caused usually by maybe someone who's had too much alcohol, or get into some kind of a tiff with someone else. We have enough law enforcement presence, whether it be street officers with Oklahoma City or deputies that are there, but also we have mounted. We have mounted deputies that will be at the fair, and they have a commanding presence.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And we've actually heard from several different viewers about this. Tell us about the gun situation there at the State Fair. Are they not allowed?
As I understand it, they're not allowed on fair property. So
not even concealed carry.
Not even concealed carry. That is a decision by the State Fair Board.
And I know you were just touching on that a little bit, but how do you monitor all these people when people go to the State Fair? You know, for the next 10 days or so, what different security measures might somebody notice?
Well, we have towers in the parking lots and around the grounds. Those towers are either manned by officers inside the towers or by cameras. We have cameras throughout the State Fairgrounds, and that panel is monitored. And then we have eyes and ears, and that's the officers and deputies actually on the ground and on the street. We get reports from citizens of things unusual or strange that they see, and we continue to encourage citizens, if you see something, say something. You know, find an officer, find a deputy, and say something. So there will be really a wide range of crime prevention efforts going on at the State Fair, as is the case every year.
And this time last year, State Fair, probably a bit of a different story for you guys because Trump was visiting the State Fair. He's coming again on Saturday, but as of this point, we really haven't gotten a lot of information as to about where he's going to be, what he's here for. Any reason to believe that he could be coming to the State Fair again? Are you amping up for that possibility?
Well, you know, we're prepared for any possibility, regardless of who shows up at the State Fair. But there's no indication at this point in time that he's going to do anything other than have an event down in Norman.
Okay.
So.
And even if he doesn't stop by the State Fair, I mean, you and your guys, your crews must be gearing up for him no matter where he comes. I mean, it'll be somewhere here in the metro. You must be gearing up for that.
We'll be prepared for any eventuality. Okay. Regardless of who shows up or who doesn't.
And like you were saying earlier, we've been talking extensively to Labor Commissioner Melissa Houston. She said the same thing that you just said. If you see something, say something. For families watching, what should be some red flags that they should look out for at the fair?
You know, there are a number of red flags. One is people acting strangely. People are doing things that you would not normally think should be done at the State Fair. Somebody with a backpack who has some unusual looking things in the backpack or in his or her hands. It may be somebody who is approaching children. making improper comments to children. I mean, there are a number of opportunities out there. There's always a lot of kids at the State Fair. Obviously, you know, some of the worst incidences that have ever happened at the State Fair have been and related to children, and we never want that to happen ever again. So that's why we encourage parents, especially, keep track of where your children are. Don't just send them in a pack and hope that they'll come back. Make sure that they have plenty of adult monitoring. You know, that's our future. That's the greatest gift that God gives us. So take care of those children, monitor those children while you're out there. But if there is something unusual, please get a hold of a law enforcement officer and let them know immediately.
Okay. State Fair happening today, the 15th through the 25th. Sheriff John Wetzel, thank you so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you and your crews out at the State Fair this year.
10 days of good fun and food. I'm looking forward to the food.
All right. We're in. Thank you so much.